Good
It's been
morning,
so long.
everyone. Not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to 37, episode 37 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, and I am out of practice. I am here with fellow eggs, Matt M. and Brian Remza. We want to thank all of you for putting up with us, and we did take a week off for vacation. The prior week, it seems like so long ago, I barely remember. I think it had to do with cartoon characters. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm in a good mood. Matt's in a good mood. Brian's in a good mood. We call it sunny side up. Matt, what is your sunny side up this week?
So not really a sunny side up. Surprise, surprise. I have some follow-ups. First, we have talked about Always Sunny in Philadelphia before, and its creator and star, Rob McElhenney. What was in the news recently, I wanted to share. He officially changed his name to Rob Mac.
Yeah.
Said there too much mispronunciation and other problems with it, which I honestly didn't even know how to say it until recently. It actually says Rob Mack in the credits of Sunny now. And it's funny because everyone, like I don't know him personally, but everybody probably calls him Mac, you know? So I thought that was interesting. A little follow up there. And our big follow up, RIP, expired egg, Ozzy Osbourne, who we just recently talked about, his career expiring. Unfortunately, just yesterday, as we record this, he passed away on July 22nd. Um, so, big props to Ozzy and everything he did, just like we spoke about already. Something I neglected to mention when I talked about that final concert was it was a charity event and they raised almost $200 million for three places: the Birmingham Children's Hospital, Acorn Children's Hospice, and Cure Parkinson's. Of course, he had Parkinson's. I mean, if your final bow is raising $200 million for what I'm sure is these awesome charities for some really important causes, um, you know, what a career, what a life. I don't know what else to say about him.
There's nothing really to say. I
Nothing to
mean,
say.
we tributed him a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago now at this point, and
Yeah.
um, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Prince of Darkness.
So, I saw a meme of him next to Jesus, and a shirt said, "What the fuck am I doing here?" I thought that was pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Um, um, for me, I ended up things just didn't work out for vacation. Just differences, everybody's vacation and family, and we ended up having a staycation. It didn't mean that I wasn't busy. I haven't done a staycation. I don't think I've done a staycation my entire life since I was in high school. I just had summers off. Like I don't remember the last time I had a staycation. So, my wife and I visited four breweries and two distilleries over that time. If I don't have a beer for a month, I'm good. Okay. But it was a lot of fun. And then went to a crazy party. I mean, I haven't been to a crazy party. I don't know if I've ever been to a crazy party. Like I've not been to a party like this for a very, very long time, where everybody was just balls to the wall, live band, drunk people, freaking cannonballs in the pool. It
Like a
was
like a movie party.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I was doing a shot off of an ice sculpture. No, I've definitely never done that. At least
I've
I
done
don't
that.
remember doing that.
I've done that.
But it's been a long time, and it was a lot of fun. And then I rounded it out on Sunday. I got to go to a Phillies game. My boss gave me some tickets. They were in the luxury box. Everything was free food, free drinks, Chicky and Pete's, freaking well, I can't even think of the burger place, but oh, Shake Shack, freaking Manco and Manco's Pizza from the shore mat. I mean, what the heck was going on in there? I felt obligated to eat. I'm like 20 minutes of just hardcore eating. And then they just kept bringing it out. And I'm like, man, I feel obligated to eat. Hung out with a lot of good friends when I went out with three couples there in that week. And then my buddy that was actually on vacation the same time as me, but went to the shore, he came to me to the game. So just a great, great week. Back to work now. And I was actually happy to go back, believe it or not. So that's my sunny side up.
That's good.
Yeah, getting away is what makes going back to work. Sometimes you're like, yeah, no, I'm ready to be back. You just need that extended time off. So
Mm-hmm.
get that. So my sunny side up has a little bit to do with work. As mentioned, had a little bit of vacation, and while on vacation, my work phone decided to die. the SIM card in my phone, don't know why, just randomly stopped. So for me, my sunny side up is I have had 0 phone calls from work for like the last week and a half now because no one can call me. No one, I don't give out my we have I get a work phone, obviously, for what I do. So I never give out my personal number.
Good.
So nobody knew how to get a hold of me for essentially 6 days. And I got back to work Monday and they immediately gave me a spare phone and said, this is how we're going to call you from now on. I'm like, that's fine. Best part of that, nobody still knows that phone number except maybe a handful of people. So I've had to do nothing. And my work phone has me locked out of all my other stuff. So I've just been living the best week ever coming back from work. Can't do half my job. And it's been fantastic. So my sunny side up is technology screwing me over, but in a good way.
You know, it's funny. We feel like we need to be connected to our jobs at all time. I check my emails my day off when I'm home.
Oh, same. Same.
I get texts. I always have my finger on what's going on, even during my vacation. But there's something to be said about getting away from it. You should get away from it. I think it actually makes you a better employee. I don't know if I could actually do it, but
it's tough.
You really, I mean, that's how life is supposed to be,
Yeah.
right? Work, play, relax.
Yeah, it's such a habit that my phone has my email tied to it. So it's just habits of just pull out my phone, check my emails real quick. And even when I'm like Brad, I check it when I'm off work all the time. So to not have that access was weird, but it just forced me to relax and enjoy myself more. So it was nice.
See, I would probably stress myself out a little bit, but I'm sure Matt would too.
Oh, it took me till I left to be for the paranoia to go away. So
Yeah, I mean, I've done it both ways. It's all situational. What am I off for? What am I doing? If I'm away on an island for a real vacation like that, I'm probably not doing any work at all. But if I've got an extra day or two because I had to do something around the house or I don't know, maybe I'm staying more connected.
Yeah. Not saying work necessarily, but staying connected, answering a few emails, maybe handling something. Not like balls to the wall.
Yeah,
but
like from what you can do from your phone.
absolutely.
So Bryant, before you had the phone problem, so you have a regular phone and a company phone. So you're lugging around 2 cell phones?
all the time.
See, I was offered a lot of people at my job,
got them right now.
A lot of people at my job have a company phone, and I was offered one, I don't know, many years ago now, and I turned it down for multiple reasons. Number one, I don't want to have 2 physical phones on me. And number 2, when you have a company phone, like I guess I should say, I think there are people that I work with where that's the only phone they have is their company phone. And I don't like that because it's their property. Anything you do on it belongs to them. That's just not really my style.
That's how my boss is. My boss uses his work phone as his personal phone at the same time. And I like the knowledge of, like, if I go on vacation, like I do, I could set the phone aside and check it at night and check my emails.
Yeah.
And still not have to worry about, someone calling my personal phone all the time. So,
right.
Yeah. I used to live that way, and I don't have to. I just one phone now and it's mine. That's it. But all right, great guys. Hard boiled time, Brian. I have sent you 2 pictures. One was quite a while ago. Do you by chance have that picture?
Is it the famous photo or a different?
Yeah,
photo?
I want to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, we can. Let me get that pulled up here for us real quick.
So unless you've been living under a rock for the last 2 weeks and haven't been on social media at all, you would have no idea who these people are, right? So Andy Byron, CEO of Astronomer, and HR officer Kristen Cabal were both at the Coldplay concert, and here's the kiss cam, and they were caught on it, and they reacted terribly, where it was immediately known that they were having an affair because he ducks down and she turns around, and then they have I don't know who she is next to them, just laughing their ass off. This has bothered me since the minute it came out. First off, I mean, an affair in 2025, how crazy. But it's just the people that are sharing it on the media. I think the fact that they got caught is, I get it, but half the people 55% of divorces or marriages end in divorce. Most of it is from cheating. Most of the people sharing this are cheating. You guys are all hypocrites. They screwed up. Get over it. Who the hell cares? I don't care. And it is everywhere. The memes are kind of funny. Some of the memes are kind of funny, but I just don't give a flying shit that they are having an affair. I don't care how successful they are. I don't care that she's HR. I don't care that he's a CEO. I don't care. They did screw it up themselves. If they probably would have stood there and acted like nothing was going on, then no one would have known. But you know what? It's a reaction. It's just a reaction to having the camera on you. Nobody's perfect. What do you guys think? I mean, this has been played to death at this point and is old news now, but I wanted to do it last week, but we know we had vacation time. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I could care. Nobody cares that they had an affair. We just care because it's funny. I think it's one of the funniest meme situations to happen in a long time. I loved getting millions of them sent to me. They were all hysterical. And, screw these two people.
Why screw them?
Because, first of all, I don't know them. What do I care? And they were up to no good. So you get what you deserve.
I don't know.
And they were stupid. How about that?
I'm going to throw this in here real quick.
Stupid.
Who isn't stupid?
Yeah.
Just like.
Yeah. So I'm going to add this in here. I added an extra slide here for us. The man put out a statement where he also throws it back talking about how a private moment became public and that he's mad at Coldplay for putting them on the Kiss Cam.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what the Kiss Cam is. It's just supposed to be a spontaneous moment. And he's now blaming them for making this public.
Did he really say that?
Here's his statement. The statement that he put out.
Is that a real statement, though?
It's real.
It's his statement, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, to now throw it back at everybody else and go, no, this is your guys' fault for making us this way. It's like, it was a spontaneous moment. That's what the Kiss Cam is for. So you can't blame Coldplay for something that everybody else is a part of in the entire arena.
No, he's the dumbest smart guy I've ever heard from that statement. It's like blaming the robber for falling through your roof, and he's suing you or the robber's blaming you because the roof didn't hold up. Yeah. As he's trying to rob your house, he's suing you. Like that's kind of the same thing. But I'm just over it. Matt apparently loves it and wants to enjoy the rest of his life with it. But
it's funny. It was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I got over it after a day. But anyway, what else? Show the other picture, Bryant.
What the last one you just sent me?
Yeah. Okay. So this is as Matt says, a Lou Gehrig record for grown-ups on this show. Now, what I want to make clear here, this is my Netflix. Okay, this is my Netflix. I am just kind of going down. I was looking for something in particular, and this pops up. And look at the bottom there. We think you'll love this based on what you've watched and rated. They obviously at Netflix do not know me and know that I do not want to watch this, and no one should watch this. And that bothers me. It's offensive to me that they think because of what I've watched, this is what comes up. Okay, this isn't what I represent on Netflix. This is nowhere near where I represent on Netflix. Why? Because I've watched an Adam Sandler movie in my life, that this is what shows up? Ridiculous. Nobody should watch this movie, and nobody should be recommended to watch this movie. Nobody will love this movie. Hard boiled.
Yeah, you're upset about it.
I couldn't believe it said we think you'll love this. No. Do they not watch the show? Do they not listen to the show? Do they not know that I don't watch this?
Do you think that on their own platform they're going to tell you, you're not going to like this?
Just don't recommend it. I don't. It can be there. It's allowed to be there. They don't have that for everything on Netflix. They don't say that I'm going to love everything. They say I'm going to love Grown Ups, not Grown Ups 1, Grown Ups 2.
Anyway. Did it suggest Grown Ups 1 though?
You know what? I'm sure Grown Ups 1 is a recommendation as well. But I was so angry at the time. I took a picture and sent it to you, and you told me to let it go.
I got it, and I immediately went, "Oh my god, are we doing a watch along? We're gonna watch Grown Ups 2?"
We probably should at some point.
No. All right. Anyway, you would think I'd have more hard boiled, but I had a really good week. So just a couple of things I'd noticed online. So that brings us to fried eggs. Fried eggs is fads. In and out.
That's right.
So, Matt, fat in and out.
I've been excited about when this topic was going to resurface because I wrote something down months ago because we haven't done this one too often. Do you boys remember icing? No, not the hockey rule. The Smirnoff
I was about to
Ice.
say the Smirnoff when you ice somebody and they find it and you got to drink it.
Oh, yes. The drinking game, an internet meme that gained prominence in 2010, in which one person conceals a bottle of Smirnoff Ice in a place in which another person will find it. Once found, they are immediately required to kneel and drink. Participants were encouraged to come up with elaborate ways to present the Smirnoff Ice to their targets by hiding bottles in inconspicuous locations or in situations where drinking it would be dangerous or embarrassing. There was some doubt over whether this was an organic phenomenon or a marketing stunt by Smirnoff, which the company has denied. Their advertising executive said, "Beyond the implicit slur on the beverage's taste, I doubt any alcoholic beverage company would want to be associated with a drinking game that stretches the boundaries of good taste and common sense." The viral spread of the game did produce a boost in sales for the company. Smirnoff insists that the game is consumer generated and has reminded the public to drink responsibly. I was 100% a player on both sides of icing. What
That's
about you
awesome.
guys?
Definitely not. Must have been a little after my time.
Do you know of this or not at
No,
all?
I didn't know. I'm
What?
embarrassed to say that I don't know.
You
How
don't
do you not know?
listen, if you
Well,
said you
you know
didn't
what? Never
participate.
mind. I did know.
Duh.
I was about to say. I was about to say. Do you want me to give you the wrestling reference for it? This happened in wrestling on TNA Wrestling. They would ice Ric Flair all the time on TNA, or Rick would try to ice the group that he was in.
Yeah,
Fortune.
I don't recognize Ric Flair's TNA existence.
Oh.
Ah,
I didn't know,
I
guys.
don't
I
know.
really didn't.
Yeah.
That's good, Matt.
I mean, if you didn't know, no, I mean, if you didn't play, no problem. But the fact that you didn't know this was a thing, that's shocking to me.
Might have been that time in my life that just when the kids were little kind of thing, and
Yeah.
there's just nothing else going on for me. It was
Yeah.
just the bottles and diapers, you know.
It was 15 years ago. In
Yeah,
and
so
out. In
5 and 3 and 3. Yeah,
fried egg.
great. I love it. I do love it though. I want to play now if that's okay.
Yeah. I'll send you one in the mail. That's how I'll ice you.
So mine is I haven't seen this in quite a while, and I don't have. I wish I should have sent you a picture of this, but I didn't. I saw someone walking down or came into the dealership, and he had a baseball cap on, and it had the tag on it. And I said, "Man, I haven't seen anybody wear the hat with the tag in a while." Now let's just get this straight. I've always thought that was really stupid, really, really stupid to wear the baseball cap with the tag on it. And he walked, but I mean, that is a fad that was like really big there for, I would say, 5 years, maybe about 10 years ago. And then I thought it just completely went away. I don't understand. I never understood the reason behind it. Some say that it was because they wanted to let you know where they got it from. Some just say it was a fashion statement. I'm not really sure, but I never really understood it. And it was for all age groups too. Like it was strange. It could be someone that was 10. It could be someone that was 50. It didn't matter. You guys see it anymore? I think Brian, I think I saw you wear a hat like that once.
Yeah, I've seen it. I still see it today.
You do?
People with the tags. Yeah.
I mean, I think I see with like the sticker.
Yeah, the sticker more so than the tag now.
Yeah. Like a shiny sticker.
Yeah, the shiny sticker is still around, isn't it?
That one is still going. Yeah.
What does that do for that hat? Do you guys understand it at all?
It's a stupid, like, look at me, vain sort of thing.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a fad though.
Yeah.
It's still
And
going.
I don't understand why that was still like why I just recently saw it, but I don't think I've seen it lately. I don't first off, I never even understood like the straight across brim either. And that seems to be common with the tag and the sticker. No one that
Yes.
that makes their hat and breaks it in wears that sticker or has it. Would you agree with that?
No, I agree with that. The people like the straight bill more than they do anything else anymore.
Does anybody look good in a straight bill?
No.
Does like
I'll
I
answer
think
immediately. No.
I think everybody looks better with the hat that that's broken in, and
Yeah.
I never understood the straight bill is just not a good look. Look at the size of my head. I'm gonna wear a straight bill? No, no, it's unacceptable with a tag. I would look like an ass. Okay, I couldn't pull that off. I know I couldn't pull that off. Anyway, fried egg.
There you
What do
go.
you got, Bryant? Matt is unimpressed with everything I've done today. I just want to let you know so
Yeah.
far. But go ahead, Brian.
No, that's
So
true. I can't picture the tag, but the sticker.
so my fad also goes through something I've referenced on this show of something that I wish would go away. In my youth, as I like to say, the fad was simply modifying your car. This franchise comes out called Fast and the Furious
Hmm.
with the big bass in the back, the NOS button, the lights in the cars, the lights underneath, decaling your cars, making it all souped up race worthy. And when you live in Podunk, Nebraska, you think that's cool because you think you're the only car around that does that. So you and your friends get all the neon lights to put on their cars. They get the big ridiculous bass they put in the trunk that makes your entire car shake uncontrollably when you hit the bass for a song. And goddamn it, I love doing it. It was so much fun when I was younger, and like you see the cars now, and you're just like what are you doing? Like you, in my mind now as an adult, I'm like, that's just wasting. That's just a waste of stuff. But as a kid, as a younger person, getting my license, trying to be like, oh, if I add these lights on my car, just like they do in the movie, maybe my car will go faster, a little bit. And then you had to have the bass. You had to have all your mirrors shake uncontrollably when that bass hit in a song, and you had to be heard 7 blocks away as you were driving to your friend's house. And that fad just took over everything when that first movie came out. And like everybody wanted cars like that, do things like that. And for me, my friends did it. I did it to one of my cars that I regret now still. But that's the fad. That was the coolest thing of the times.
I I still hear the bass, but go ahead,
The
Matt.
Yeah, I you
Matt
remind
had a car.
I, I thought it was so stupid. The people who put a giant subwoofer in their trunk,
Yeah.
it took up 85% of the space in their trunk,
Oh, absolutely did.
and it was just like and like everything's rattling and you don't actually hear music.
No, no, you never knew what song was actually playing. All you heard was the thumping, but you never knew what was actually playing.
Terrible. I used to think
Yeah.
those people were real idiots.
It was never me. Again, this is going back to the hat with the brim. I'm not. This was never me. But I did like Fast and Furious. I know Matt's only seen
Yeah,
the first one, and
Wow, good memory there.
but
yeah. But the
I
first one's what made it explode. That's the thing. That first movie's what made that phenomenon just
but I
go.
thought every car in that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The NOS and everything like that, and then the way those cars look. So I get it. I don't know if I have the patience or the money to do anything to that like that to my car to
Oh
begin.
yeah. Yeah.
Turning a 2005 Honda Civic into a $80,000 machine, you know?
Yeah. It's
No,
true.
definitely a fad. I don't see it as much now for sure. I still hear some bass.
The base still sticks around, but the
It
rest
is.
of it has gone by the wayside.
It is all about the bass. Man,
Yes.
trainer. Anyway, okay, great, guys, great. Matt, what the hell's ostrich eggs?
I believe I'm supposed to profile an individual.
Oh, forgot all about it.
Yeah, newer topic. I actually decided to profile somebody that I actually did not know a whole lot about. And it was actually inspired by a recent conversation I had with a friend of mine and loyal 3 eggs are better than one listener, Jimmy James C. So I'm going to talk about a musician named Stephen Paul Smith. You might have heard of him by his artist name, Elliott Smith. He was born August 6th, 1969, and died October 21st, 2003, 22 years ago. I forgot to write down how old he was, but he was not that old. He was an American musician and singer-songwriter. Quiet, sort of indie rock, folk style music, which is kind of why I don't really know too much about him, because that's not really my thing. I'm a little bit more about the rock and the energy and the speed. How about this? He was born in Omaha, Nebraska, raised in Texas, lived much of his life in Portland, Oregon, which is where he gained popularity. His primary instrument was guitar, but he also played piano, clarinet, bass, drums, and harmonica. He had a distinct vocal style characterized by his whispery, spiderweb-thin delivery, and often used multi-tracking to create vocal layers, textures, and harmonies. In 1997, he signed a contract with DreamWorks Records and rose to mainstream prominence when his song, Miss Misery, was included in the soundtrack for the film Good Will Hunting. And the song was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song. He was not eager to step into the limelight, and he only agreed to perform the song at the ceremony after they told him that if he didn't perform the song, they would just choose someone else to play it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I get it.
So he was a heavy drinker and drug user. He also had ADHD, depression. His struggle with drugs and mental illness affected his life and his work and often appeared in his lyrics. Later on, he battled paranoia and sleep deprivation. Oh, here it is, 34. He died in his Los Angeles home from 2 stab wounds to the chest at age 34.
Wow.
According to his girlfriend, Jennifer Chiba, the two were arguing. She locked herself in the bathroom to take a shower. She heard him scream. She opened the door, and he was standing with a knife in his chest, presumably having done it self-inflicted. She pulled out the knife. He collapsed. She called 911. The autopsy evidence did not determine whether the wounds were self-inflicted, so his death remains unsolved.
And she's
Since his
walking around
death,
free?
she was not charged with anything.
Okay.
Since his death, which is now, what did I say, 23 years ago, Elliott Smith has been regarded as one of the more influential artists in indie music. So kind of got sanctified a little bit with the early death and a body of work that people liked that ended too soon. Now, I can tell you, I remember the one song from Good Will Hunting, and I remember when he died because it was newsworthy at the time. I don't know anything else about this guy, but I read a bunch about him. I thought it was very interesting. He's got a lot of respect from a lot of musicians. And I thought he would be my ostrich egg, and he deserved it. And it's a shame that he died young, and it's maybe a little bit suspicious. Or sad.
Yeah.
Certainly sad. Do you guys know this guy?
I do. I know all that. But very good, Matt.
No
I
idea
guess-
who this is. No idea. No idea.
Do you know what Good Will Hunting is?
I do know Good Will Hunting at
Oh,
least.
that's
I do
good.
know
Matt
that.
Damon. Okay.
Yeah. I do
You
know
need-
Good Will Hunting. Robin
need drive.
Williams.
Yeah,
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Inspired
Matt
it.
Damon. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Were you born in Omaha?
I was not. No.
But you relate to Omaha.
I do. Very much so. Because I'm there a lot. So for work. Or, just doing stuff as well. So
When I hear Omaha, I think, Omaha, Omaha.
Peyton Manning. Yep.
Yeah.
So before we get to our omelet, I almost forgot. Friend of the show, Ben Jones, wanted to know how each of the eggs likes their hot dog. And I don't think Matt even likes hot dogs. So
I saw the question, and my prepared answer is not on my plate because I don't eat those disgusting things.
I mean,
Brian,
like, are we just talking like what toppings do I like or how am I cooking it?
I think anything applies.
I prefer grilling the hot dog personally. My wife is weird. She'll microwave them.
Unacceptable. Just
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I tell her that all the time. But I'll grill it. I usually will, and this is where a lot of people differ with me. I'll throw some ketchup, mustard, and relish.
Yeah. Yeah, not good. So I can eat a hot dog a lot of different ways. I do not put ketchup on a hot dog. I don't know why I think it's so strange, but I prefer to grill it as well. However, if I'm at the stadium, they don't do it that way, and I still love them at the stadium. They are not grilled at the stadium. However, they are good there. And I grill them, not burnt, but I like them a little, like with some marks on it and a little plump. I like to put some, I like a potato roll, but I'll take a regular roll. I like yellow mustard or spicy mustard. And if I want to get creative, I might put a little bit of the chopped onions on it, like a red onion. I do like every once in a while, occasionally, I do like a chili dog with onion and cheese, but not too often. It's too messy. Nathan's is a good brand. Dietz and Watson's is a good brand. I'll do an Oscar Mayer. I mean, I like Ballpark Franks, all very good. My wife is in Chicago as we speak, and she was thinking about getting one of those. I think they're Italian hot dogs. Is that what they're called there? And she was going to have one there. I don't think those look appetizing. I don't know why you put a pickle on a hot dog, but I would try it. I would try it. I do like hot dogs. I like to make them at home though. I like them. I like the 4th of July. I like even a hot dog. So I am the complete opposite of what Matt M is.
Were there hot dogs in the Philly suite?
There were, and I'm gonna. Oh, thank you for bringing this up. Here's the problem when you're in a suite, and I don't know if you've experienced this, Matt or Brian. If you've ever been into like where they have hot dogs like in like a warming device. I don't know what we're calling it here.
Like at 7-Eleven?
Yeah. So they already are in the rolls in there. Okay. Or no, they weren't in the rolls. But there's sauerkraut in there. There's always sauerkraut in this situation. I can eat sauerkraut. I would like to make the choice myself. I like sauerkraut like twice a year, maybe. But there it's in there, and you have to like pick it off if you don't want it. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: no kid in the world likes sauerkraut. None. So you're always going to have that situation where this kid doesn't. I don't know why they insist on putting the sauerkraut in there.
Can I tell you, I love how Brad has like food quotas, like twice a year, twice a year. That pickle
Year.
6 times a year for that one, but twice a year max for the sauerkraut.
Yeah. But do you agree that it should be an option, not just
Yes.
picked in?
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. At least in the East, at least in Philadelphia, it does.
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, hard boiled.
Hard boiled part 2.
All right, omelet time, Brian. And we're speaking of food.
Speaking of food, and it's a perfect tie-in. July 4th, America, our birthday. What happens? Hot dog eating contest. So what sparked this is I'm watching the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest, and they're announcing all these, doing this very pro wrestling style introduction for all these eaters. And it just makes me go, and they're talking about the records and the competitions that these eaters have won. And I just hear the foods talking about how they set this record and they ate this amount of food. And I go, what is this? Like, what are we talking about here? And what I'm talking about is Major League Eating. It is a competitive eating federation that was established by a couple of brothers. So I'm just making sure I got my notes correct here. Back in the 1990s, Richard and George Shea took over the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest. And they became the public face for it, kind of draw publicity, get interactions for it. And the more they did it, they realized that there's something here. So they then formed the International Federation of Competitive Eating and essentially became their own they founded this federation, became a governing body. And because of that, they now regulate and run regularly these eating competitions across the country. And there are so many different things that they do. And it's kind of, the federation became Major League Eating, which then spawns these, events. And, the famous one being the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest we see on the 4th of July every year. There are so many people out there who think of, Kobayashi, the king of the hot dog eating contest. He's the one that became the face of this. Matt, I believe, mentioned previously, we talked about the famous 30 for 30 episode on Kobayashi, talking about how they really championed him as the guy to be this unstoppable monster, a little bit of, he could eat anything. I believe there's an episode where he ate cow brains as one of the eating competitions. And, that just sounds delicious, right, everyone?
With mustard and a bun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? So, but from there, it just grew and grew. It had mainstream appeal. There was shows where they would run on Fox and on ESPN where they would show these competitive eating contests. Unfortunately, the hot dog eating contest is the only one that's really got the traction, but there's so much more to it. They actually run 24 events a year. They run the same 24 events. There's also sub events, which are qualifiers for the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest because it's such a big event. But they run 24 events every year. And naturally, there's, tons of eaters out there. The most famous on the men's side being Joey Chestnut. He's won the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest for what feels like forever now, and is currently actually the owner of 56 world records, which to me is insane, knowing you can have that many records of just eating food, just eating whatever. And there's, this isn't just for men, this is also for women as well. Miki Sudo is currently the highest ranked woman in the world. She's ranked 5th overall in the world rankings, but is the highest rated woman and also owns 9 world records on her own. But the reason I was so intrigued is they talked about some of these records and some of the foods that were eaten, and it kind of just blew my mind. So I just dove in to the world record part of this, because we all love to eat. We talk about food on here all the time. But what they're eating is what's the craziest to me. One of the world records that Joey Chestnut owns is eating pistachios. In 8 minutes, he ate 338 pistachios. Now, to me, I don't like pistachios, so I'm not really the person to talk about with this. But to eat 338 pistachios, you've got to crack them and eat them. That's insane to me. How you could eat that much so fast. Then, you have the normal records of, bacon. We all love bacon. There's a world record for bacon. Matt Stoney ate 182 strips of bacon in 5 minutes. Now, the fun thing about this is all of these competitions, obviously, we could eat forever, but the key to this is they put time limits on it, because you don't want to drag it out. You don't want to give somebody, here's an hour, eat how you feel. That's what makes this the competitive part. Some of these are ranging from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. 12 minutes is the longest competition they have for any the contest. Excuse me. But usually they're about anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes, and it's just you just eat, and when interviewed for, the hot dog eating contest, Joey would talk about how he might not eat for like 2 days up to the competition just to prepare his stomach for it, which is insane to me. And then you realize that he could eat 76 hot dogs. That's incredible. But I just want to go over a few of these records, and, there's a little twist in here as well. We'll go for, we all love a grilled cheese sandwich. Who doesn't love grilled cheese sandwiches? 47 grilled cheese sandwiches in 10 minutes. It's insane. French fries. We all love French fries. Now, these are specifically crinkle cut French fries. 4.46 pounds in 6 minutes.
Now let's understand that. A bag that you buy in the store of crinkle fries is 1 pound.
Yes. You're eating one solid bag. You're eating 4 bags plus probably about half of the next bag. 6 minutes. Like, it's incredible for this. We mentioned Joey Chestnut a moment ago. One of the world records he owns, eating a whole turkey. But not just that, 9.35 pounds of a whole turkey in 10 minutes. Now, I love turkey at Thanksgiving. Not that much turkey, though. There's a reason that we throw the leftovers away after a few days. Turkey gets old, but 9.35 pounds, 10 minutes. Crazy. Who doesn't love chicken nuggets? One of the competitions they have is sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's then brings in the Wendy's chicken nuggets. 8 minutes. The record is 220 in 8 minutes.
Huh.
Now, I love chicken nuggets. I do. They're one of my favorite treats. But no, I'm going to sit there and enjoy it. And some of these clips you can find online if you would enjoy seeing these competitions. They do have a website as well that you can go on and check these out for the competitions and actually enter yourself if you would like to. So one of the other things I did is, I thought of my fellow eggs here. And as I'm going through these records, I was like, man, which of these records do I think my fellow eggs could probably compete with? So, I thought about it, and, we talked about Philly cheesesteaks. I believe that's been brought up on the show here. There's certain cheesesteaks you got to enjoy, you got to love. So I posed to my eggs here. In 10 minutes, the record for 6-inch Philly cheesesteaks is 23. Now, do my fellow eggs think they could accomplish this? Do you love cheesesteaks so much that you could eat 24?
No.
How come nobody chokes?
I could if you gave me 10 minutes, I could probably eat two and I would be extremely full and feel sick.
Sam, Brad?
Yeah, I mean, on my best day.
You know, I think of pizza. We
No
love pizza,
mushrooms.
of course. You know, I think of pizza. You know, I think of pepperoni pizzas. And you know, I think of us, you know, we could really hammer down. You know, I'm sure we've all done it. We've eaten a full pizza before. It's happened. But could my fellow eggs tackle this record from Patrick Bertoli of 252 slices of pepperoni pizza? Now that is 2.25 pounds if you're wanting the weight there, but 252 slices. And by the way, that's in 6 minutes.
No. First of all, I don't even really like pepperoni pizza
Ugh,
because
man, you're so
You are
weird.
what is wrong with you?
You're the weirdest guy. I don't like hot dogs. I don't like pizza. I'm not a
no, no,
fan of
no.
eggs.
Oh, I assure you I love I
Like,
assure you I love pizza. The pepperoni, it gets very greasy and it's very acidic, and that bothers my body.
talking about bothering your body. Does it taste good?
It tastes okay. I don't like putting
Ah,
too much meat on my pizza because I'd rather have like more slices.
I feel like you're a cheese pizza guy, and then you just order cheese
one,
pizza all the time.
one plain cheese just for me.
Uh, um, no, I'll explore, but like I would rather have a couple of slices. And by the way, where I'm from, we don't say cheese pizza, we say plain pizza.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we say too.
Because obviously it has fucking cheese on it.
Not necessarily.
No,
So
yeah.
I'm off track here. I will say this, and I'm not proud, and I'm never eating speedily. But if the situation's right, I can eat an entire pizza by myself, and I have done it.
I have done it, but I
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, no, you're not going for it.
I have done it,
You're
but
not trying to
I'm
eat a whole
not. I'm not going
pizza.
to do it again. Okay.
Yeah, there's the keywords again.
it's always a mistake.
Yeah. You know, we've we talk these main courses. You got to have dessert, right? And I know my fellow eggs here love cheesecake. Well, maybe Matt. I don't
I
know
like
anymore.
cheesecake. I don't know about love,
But you know, we like cheesecake on this. You know, but could my fellow eggs eat 11 pounds of cheesecake?
I don't know if I've ever even finished a whole piece of cheesecake.
Yeah, I couldn't even eat a slice.
It's so rich. It's so rich and thick and heavy.
I'm not even interested in I barely eat cake.
Well, what about cherry pie? Do you guys enjoy cherry pie?
Well, you know I hate cherries.
I know that. That's why I brought this
do
up on
like
purpose.
cherry pie, not as much as apple pie, but I do like it.
I did the cherry pie on purpose for Matt here.
He's mine.
17 and a half pounds in 8 minutes.
Nope.
I mean, some of the, and you know, but you got, you know, let's go for that midnight snack, you know, cookies and milk. We all love cookies and milk. Yeah, I'm hopeful Matt does anyway. But I'm also specifically talking Oreos.
No.
God, Matt, you're so weird.
I don't drink milk. Come on,
I know.
guys.
48 Oreos and a half gallon of whole milk in 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
I wonder if they got the whole milk from the woman that was trying to sell the milk.
That was the great question to ask as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for tying that together, Brad.
Yeah, appreciate
No,
it.
it's funny. I think about the kid that ate 3 pies, and his dad's like, "You should enter a competition." Then the guy next to him ate 12 pies.
Yeah. So
What? 3 pies?
yeah.
It's way too much.
So I'm gonna hit you with a couple more here that kind of just make me laugh a little bit. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yes, that's a competition you can
I'm
enter.
a fan. Matt's not.
I mean, I was when I was a kid. I don't seek them out now.
Well, you should, because you got to win this contest. 42 sandwiches in 10 minutes.
Ugh.
Seek them out. I didn't ask for that. But every once in a while, I want one.
Yeah.
42 is no. I want one.
Yeah. Now, ice cream sandwiches. I don't eat a lot of them, but ice cream sandwiches, that's another fun dessert for, for people. 26 in 6 minutes.
How about the brain freeze?
That's what's going to be my question. The
how about the
brain freeze
teeth?
on that alone
How
is
about the
just going to
teeth
be.
freeze?
Teeth too.
Yeah.
My time's going to be up because I'm going to be recovering from the freeze.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will say that the class, if we're talking about a classic ice cream sandwich, man, that cookie outside
yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's good.
doesn't get too much better than
I
that.
like the minis, but go ahead.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So the point of this is just to talk about how there's a record for everything out there. There's a food that at some point there's a competition for. We brought up pistachios. There's obviously wing eating contests. Hooters sponsors a wing eating contest. With them filing bankruptcy, it might change that now. But Wendy's has got their chicken nuggets. We've got the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest. There's all of these food challenges out there, and when you see some of these competitors, though, and this is the reason I bring this up is I hear Major League Eating, I hear food competitions. I think of, some 400-pound person walking on stage. Most of these people are in better shape than I am.
It
And
is
it
weird.
hurts my soul.
Isn't that weird?
We're all built differently.
It's almost
like-
like you have to be in order to,
Yeah, because, one of the things that I enjoyed about the 30 for 30 we referenced is watching as Joey Chestnut trains himself, because there's no training you can do for this. So he just makes up exercises to strengthen his jaw and, help him with his gut. And to know that this is a way for a living for some of these people. And, it's not meant to be a knock. I hope this doesn't come off as that way, but it's just, I'm in awe of seeing some of these records, seeing some of the foods that they eat. And God, I just love the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest. So, but
have a couple of comments.
Go,
Are you done?
yeah, no, I am. Go.
So way back at the beginning, you mentioned pistachios.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is, and maybe out of character for Matt M, but I love pistachios. And
Stunning.
when they come in the bags where they're already taken out of the shell, that's dangerous. And I actually like pistachio ice cream.
I'm not surprised about any of this.
Who am I?
So are we saying
Adam.
that 338 could be taken down?
It actually doesn't. Out of all the things you said, that's probably the one I could attempt.
So he's saying the shells are already cracked, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is you mentioned the bacon. First of all, God, the agita I would have if I ate that much bacon.
Mm.
But the guy who has that record, Matt Stoney, that's the only guy that beat Joey Chestnut about 10 years ago in the hot dog contest. The one time he lost after his streak started was to him.
Yep. And there's the names of some of these, there's tons of these individuals out there. The person that I always knew was Cookie Jarvis, was one of the other names that I always knew from watching the hot dog eating contest. And but yeah, no, and it's just normal everyday people going out there and just for the love of food, and God help them, they love it. So, but little just interesting topic for today. So,
Well done.
Back to you, Brad.
Well done, Bryant. Very good. I learned a lot today. So now it brings us to overpriced days, which is something we outgrew. So, Matt, I mean, you seem like you've been pretty mature your whole life. I don't know if there's anything you've outgrown.
I don't know if that's a true statement. So I'm glad that I outgrew this because I was a big proponent of wearing these in my youth. Jean shorts, also known as jorts, also known as what John Cena wears. But yeah, I was wearing some jean shorts and they were long. They were down past that knee.
Yeah, this also could have fallen under fried eggs.
See, here's the thing. Is that true? Was that just a place in time?
I
Or
think
do
they
people
still
wear
wear
them?
them, but I think it was in for a while. I don't think it's in now, but people still wear them.
Yeah.
That's
like
how I say it. But at one time, I think I had 4 pair.
it was like the 4 pair. 2 stone. Yeah, I think it was like when I was growing up in the 90s, it was like a skater type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the vibe.
Stone washed, acid washed. What did you wear? All of
No,
them.
blue,
Blue,
blue denim.
blue, denims.
So there you
So very good. Very good. That's simple, to the point. So for me, it's funny. Most of you probably find it odd that I have matured over the years because I'm a very immature kind of guy. I come off immature. But I guess I went on Facebook. I looks like in 2008, and I was newly single, and when I never did any kind of social media before that. So as you know, Facebook keeps track of everything you've ever put on there. So you have what's called Facebook memories. Well, I'll tell you this. Whatever that jackass me was posting in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, thank God I don't know that guy anymore because I actually cringe when I read some of my old memories. Like I got weird about things. Like I was personal about things. I talked about things that I don't talk about. Like for the most part now I say where I'm at. My wife tags me, we're having wine or we're having beer. I talk about the kids. I'm proud of the kids. I don't put my dirty laundry out there. Well, that was not the case in 2008, 2009, 2010, and 2011. So I have outgrown being a jackass on social media.
but not in real life.
No, no, no. In real life, I'm still a jackass and I put it all out there.
Yeah,
You
it's
still put it in digital print.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I don't,
easier
I
to
don't want
hide
to,
in real life. Yeah,
I've actually erased some of these. Like you can erase them.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you reminded me. It's probably 5 years ago now. I'm not a big social media poster, and I really wasn't either in the past. And I'm not saying I ever posted anything that was like inappropriate, but I once spent a few hours going back in my timeline and just deleting most of it because I was
Yeah.
like, this doesn't need to be here, you know.
Yeah.
So mine's
Absolutely.
like got hardly anything in there.
Really some dumb stuff. Like I got really mad once about my daughter getting in trouble in school and just put it all out there when she was in kindergarten. Shut up, dude. All right. No one's impressed with what you're writing. And by the way, I was wrong anyway. I was just defending my kindergarten daughter that screwed up. Anyway, Bryant, what do you got?
Well, for me, I'm gonna go with something that I loved a lot, and just kind of as says we've outgrown it. I used to love carnivals like a lot. Like I loved going to the carnival. I loved riding the rides. Loved being talking to the weird carny people. Eating some of the god awful, disgusting, horrible for you food. And I just loved it. It was, something I looked forward to in the summer, like going to, my local county fair, Nebraska Land Days, or going to other events that have carnivals and just riding rides and doing all these things. And as I got older, I took, one of my first dates with Sue. I took her to the carnival. I took her to three of them, for example, which made me seem really weird to her. But I loved going. It was so much fun. And now as I get older, I realize how weird you look as the old guy who's screaming and enjoying all the rides too much. And now as an adult as well, very overpriced, like very, very overpriced beyond words. And so as I've grown older, I have just stopped going to carnivals now because it just seems really dangerous and very overpriced. So
It's
to me,
funny you say that because I so recently we had what's called the St. Mike's Fair here, and it's here every year. And it's down by Walmart actually, but it's at the St. Mike's church. But it's kind of ran by them, but you know who it's really ran by. You know the people that come in and set this stuff up.
mhm.
Advertising this, like I've always thought this was overpriced. $30 wristbands.
Oh,
$30, and they're making it sound like it's a deal. $30 to ride these ridiculous rides for a night. Now that's per person, kid,
mhm.
adult, whatever. But I remember like one of my Facebook memories. We're gonna tie this all in. It said last night of the fair, $10, and that all right. And that was probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago. $30 minimum, and it's so if you want to take a family of five and you guys want to ride, it's $150 just that. Not to mention the
Yep.
food. This is not that fun. Okay, go to Great
No.
Adventure, do something else.
Hang on a second. Since when are we taking the name of the egg category literally here with the overpriced?
That's what we're going for here.
That's not. I mean, who misunderstood? One of us did not understand the assignment.
I mean, me, I guess. I don't know. But
And
at the same time,
also,
but
and
like, come
also,
on.
I'm shocked to hear this that you're a connoisseur because we know that you don't do roller coasters. Now, I'm not saying these pop-up fairs have
Yeah,
traditional roller coasters,
they
but
do
they
not.
have rides that you could get stuck on or get hurt on.
Yeah, and I trusted those carnies more than I trusted roller coasters.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's funny. That's so funny. I'm in agreement though on almost all of it. I'm not wearing jean shorts either.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that brings me to my topic for the day, guys, huh? What am I doing?
SNL?
Goose eggs. Oh yeah, this is very SNL. BLT. Not your bacon, lettuce, and tomato, that's for sure. In 2001, the center acquired so the center is called let me get that right first. Noah's Ark Sanctuary acquired a trio of captive young animals, a bear cub, a lion cub, and a tiger cub after they were confiscated from a convicted drug dealer during the raid at an Atlanta home. The three cubs were brought to Noah's Ark by Georgia Department of Natural Resources with many health problems. When the animals were separated for treatment, the caretakers noticed a change in their behavior. The bonded cubs, collectively known as BLT, bear, lion, tiger, had been housed together in a special exhibit called the Clubhouse following the recovery. Baloo was a male American black bear weighing over 800 pounds. Upon his arrival to Noah's Ark, Baloo had to undergo surgery to remove the harness that he had long outgrown. So the harness had become so severely ingrown into the extent that it was growing into his body to form around it, causing much pain. Baloo enjoyed being in the creek that runs along the enclosure or relaxing on the porch connected to the clubhouse. He also enjoyed the occasional Tootsie Roll Pop or Oreo, huh? Huh? As those were his favorite treats. The last surviving of the BLT members, Baloo, died May 6, 2025. His remains were returned to Noah's Ark, where he will be reunited with the other members of the BLT trio in memorial at the sanctuary. Leo was a male African lion that weighed 430 pounds. Leo also suffered physically from their treatment prior to arriving at Noah's Ark. He was kept in a cage too small to accommodate his growing frame, and as a result, he sustained an abrasion on his nose, leaving behind a slight scar in his later years. In late summer of 2016, caretakers noticed a change in Leo's behavior. During surgery sometime later, it was found that Leo's liver had become compromised with a large amount of inoperable tumors. As a result of this discovery, on August 11th, Leo was put to sleep at the age of 15. He was laid to rest in the trio's enclosure where the statue stands in his memory. And finally, we have Shere Khan, was a male Bengal tiger that weighed 360 pounds. Like his brother, he arrived at Noah's Ark, malnourished and in need of specialized care. He healed quickly and soon grew into his role as the trio's most playful and mischievous sibling. In late 2018, he fell ill. In early December, it was reported that it was a critical condition. On December 18th, he died at 17, a half years of age as a result of failing body functions. He was laid to rest with his brother Leo. And Baloo later was put to rest. So this sanctuary is a nonprofit American domestic wildlife exotic, and it helps a lot of animals that are found all over the world. And I just thought this was a nice story that they bonded together and that they were treated so badly, but this sanctuary helped them, and they ended up living nice lives after that, and they were very mistreated before that.
That's a great story. I like that.
Yeah, I liked it too.
What is goose eggs?
What's that?
What is goose eggs?
Isn't it just did I screw up?
I thought goose eggs was injuries.
You know what?
It is.
I didn't mean that. Well, these animals were injured.
Yeah.
There it is. Yes.
There's
Yes.
always a way to connect.
This was supposed to be what's the one the facts?
Raw eggs?
No, that's nothing.
Oh, I don't even know what you're going for.
Just
Man, we take a week off and
goose eggs.
You know what's funny is I'm like listening, like waiting for that.
When is the tiger going to attack me? All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're running a little long today, so
Oh, good.
God, why don't you hit us with the socials, Matt?
Oh boy, are we there?
Yeah, we're there.
Well, we are. 3 eggs are better than one. We are cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Find us on YouTube at 3 Eggs Are Better Than One, the number 3, the letter R, the number 1. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at 3 Eggs Are Better, the number 3, the letter R. And our individual accounts at YesManBrad, at B Haremza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy without the I. How about some 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts? And please comment on our YouTube. Next week, I have the omelet. And gentlemen, you have some homework. Talk to you about some things behind the scenes. We are going to each talk about some of our favorite quotes. Now, I'm talking about like famous quotes, words to live by, words of inspiration, things, but proverbs, things like that. Not stuff that you say necessarily per se, but things that inspire you or, quotes that you like. So I've got a handful written down. Hopefully you guys can bring some to the table and we'll discuss them all.
Not from movies or anything like that. We're
Correct. Just like a proverb is the best example. Or like, like a line from famous literature or something that's still relevant today.
okay. You got it. Bryant, take us home, buddy.
Well, we thank you guys for joining us this week. It's been fun catching up. It's been a little bit on the egg side, and we've missed you guys too. Like Matt said, leave some comments, send some messages. We love reading those comments on YouTube all the time. So, we hope you guys have, maybe learned about some fads, some things we've grown out of it. Just learning a little bit more about us each time here. So go get ready for your next competitive eating contest. The egg timer's been set. We'll see you guys next week.